Look at that lead now. The tyrannical rule of Sansa's family, which had lasted for generations, has come to an end. The criminal world of Freeburg has been transformed beyond recognition. How exactly will it end up? That's for Vickers Varga to decide. Mr. Boyd, how do you feel about Black Rights Movement? I support it. All men are created equal and blacks are no exception. Mr. Boyd, did you give the order to suppress the protest by force? Oh, I could blame City Hall. But I already paid 21 grand to blame the mafia, so I'll do that. A mafia boss called me at my home and demanded that the protest be suppressed by force, otherwise my family would suffer.
You know when a police chief really feels his power? When he hires and fires people? When he throws folks in jail? When he's bossing everyone around all morning? No, there's no power there. Just bureaucratic red tape. Like directing traffic. Not that it's all bad. No, I feel it the most when people come to me with accusations. When it comes to accusation, there's only one rule. Don't aim too high. If you overestimate your own importance, then complaining can cost you your life. So choose the easier path. Exaggerate as far as you can. And try to make your plea sound as sad and pathetic as possible. The accusation I received today sure didn't fit the normal mold. He'd taken down the family that had ruled Freeburg for 3 generations. Within a few weeks of his ascension, Vickers Varga had already made it clear. He liked this town, and he was here to stay. Anyone with an objection would die. According to the letter I'm holding, the apparent suicide of Hikaru Moto, coach of the Dragon's Lair Martial Arts Club, was actually staged by Connell O'Toole, a lieutenant of the Warg Mafia family. I'd have figured this letter the ramblings of a retired gangster looking to spice up his life with little excitement. The way the letter started, "My dear little old cupcake," I had every mind to toss it in the trash. But something else got my attention. They're rarely ever signed, but this one ended Robespierre, and I doubt it's an imposter. No one would go against the most powerful group in the city, hoping to hide behind the name of some prankster clown. Like everyone else, I had no idea who Robespierre was or what he wanted. But there was no doubt that this guy was more than a little crazy. An arrogant psychopath. Could be dangerous. Definitely worth looking into.
Good news, Jack. Laura is ready.
Ready how? She's coming back? When?
Not that fast, Jack. Laura's ready to talk. But if she's ready to talk, she's getting ready to come back. You just need to find the right words. You can find the right words, right, Jack?
I can find the right words, Mrs. Markham.
That's good to hear. Tomorrow night at 3 o'clock at the Octopus Restaurant. You know it?
Yeah, but it's closed at night.
Oh, I've arranged for them to be open. Don't be late. But don't come too early either.
What's going on, guys? ZombifiedGamer here, and welcome back to This Is the Police. Debbie's Cafe charged with health and safety violations. Biannual report, more deaths than births in Freeburg. Mayor Rogers, I will bring the order to the police station. The police station's doing just fine, pal. Just because I'm not bending to your will of your corrupt bullshit doesn't mean anything. The court is deciding the custody of my case, of my children today. They're crying and afraid they won't be allowed to live with me. I have to get to the hearing. Can you give me the day off? Sure. I don't really care about you anyway. I'm too tired, I can hardly walk straight. Can I go home? No. No to you as well. We are good, let's go. Let's get Bud Meets Bob on again. And answer some fucking calls. Ah yes, I can now hire 5 new officers to replace the ones I accidentally got killed. So I need to put all of them on shift A. They're not amazing cops, but it's better than nothing. I can also get a detective. Put them on A as well, why not? Oh yeah, we lost a detective, didn't we? She was murdered for some reason. Let's ask for a raise. Referee Manny Verge called in a report of a fight between the little girl's father and a dog lover whose Rottweiler had frightened the child. While men were busy settling matters, the dog was spotted running towards the amusement park. Okay. Very nice. I also did a bit of research. Fuck's sake. It seems City Hall is unhappy, target of a spontaneous demonstration. Some 20 people have gathered in protest against the increased garbage tax. Protesters are behaving peacefully, but are demanding to speak with city officials. Okay. You don't really need decent cops on that then, do you? If it's just a peaceful protest, nothing should happen. But I also did a bit of research and found that I'm fine to sell things to the mafia. Tiffany Lee, while visiting the local mall, encountered a hooded man who grabbed an expensive bag, bolted. She immediately called the police. Isn't the mall safe anymore? That man must be in the building, please hurry. Okay. Oh, okay, never mind then. But yeah, I'm fine to sell stuff to the mafia, and I won't get reported as long as my rapport with the cops is actually a good one. As long as they like me, they won't report me. The offender attempted to escape the mall, but guards blocked the door. He turned and fled back inside, looking for another way out. Okay, chase him. The offender ran into a skating rink, then slipped and fell on the ice. He struggled to regain his footing. He pulled a knife from his pocket. Pepper spray him. Mess that bastard up. Don't pull a knife out on my girls. Fuck you. A woman put up a tent in the park and is inviting everybody to come buy a highly new profitable currency which will rise 10 times in the value in the coming weeks. A long line has already formed and the people are starting to push and curse at each other. Okay. We'll just give that a second for my people to come back. And then we can send them. I should probably send some of the lower ones in on the big cases along with some decent ones so that I can actually bring their professionalism up a little bit at the same time. Bus stop. Frank Connery's wallet was stolen at the bus stop. He quickly noticed the loss and he's hunting the pickpocket with his friends. The group is blaming everyone in sight and the situation is quickly escalating. The matter is soon to come to blows. Fantastic. Now nobody call me, please. Nice job. Found some money. Right, let's sell the money, even though I should just be able to keep it. See what happens. A man came to the hospital with a very large dog. The dog was on a leash and wearing a muzzle, but it was growling and jumping on other patients. The duty nurse warned the man that it was against hospital policy to bring animals into the building, but the man just snarled at her and refused to listen. Lovely. Let's just get some people. There we go. Let's just have Coachy do that one. Approximately 100 people have gathered into the park protest the construction of a new casino near the cemetery. Soon after, a group of pickup trucks pulled up and several strong men climbed out. Without saying a word, they began to fight with demonstrators. Okay, I'm going to send a bunch of officers in on this one as soon as they get back. I'm also going to send the SWAT on the paddy wagon. Now worry about Kochi. Oh, another one. A young DJ, upon exiting a store, ran into a strange-looking man wearing a black and red robe. First man knocked his energy drink out of the DJ's hand and then told him of the merits of drinking human blood. His demeanour became threatening and he demanded money for protection from the forces of darkness. A fight between two men erupted, during which the DJ suffered several bites. The attacker then began to accost other passers-by, including a frightened group of teenagers, and then sunk his teeth into the shoulder of an elderly woman. That's just weird. He needs to be in a psych ward. Right, big case time. Send all them with the SWAT on the paddy wagon. That should be fine. I hope it is anyway. No new frames. Awesome. And what about you? No new frames either. Good job. The fight is in full swing and some of the combatants are carrying weapons. Okay. Shoot this guy. Nice. Fire off a warning shot, make everyone shit themselves, and then they all drop their weapons. Unless they've got guns too, which obviously they didn't.
According to Mrs. Markham, I was supposed to spend all day thinking up the right words. But to my surprise, I did my best work when I shut my head off. I didn't even want to think why Laura decided we'd meet at 3 o'clock in the morning, and in a restaurant we'd never gone to. I didn't know what to tell her, and something tells me she's no more ready for this meeting than I am. By nightfall, I finally stopped worrying. The right words would come when they were needed. And if they don't come at all, then so be it. I've heard said, when you're knocked out by a single blow, you don't have time to feel any pain. Well, that's a lie. It's painful as hell. Every day I spent in that coma, the pain was unbearable.
What the fuck is this? Wild corruptionist. Oh, okay. Amazing. Don't give me any controls or anything. Just shoot me. Fantastic. Day 55. Oh, we skipped ahead quite a bit. Well, we was in a coma, wasn't we? So we're going to skip a bit. Day 56.
Yeah, I heard about that already. But what if they decide to spill it to the papers? We need to start thinking now about covering our asses. I know people who can deal with this, but they'll need at least a week. Plus, if we want to...
Lieutenant Stat, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I have Jack Boyd on the line.
Who?
Jack Boyd, sir. He's calling from the hospital.
Gibson, I'll call you back. Don't do anything without my team. Jack, well, wow. I didn't know you were awake. Doctor said you could be in that coma for months, even years. How are you feeling?
Tell me who's in control, Martin.
I don't think I follow you.
For God's sake, Martin, tell me it's you running the department and not some stooge from the mayor's office.
Yes, Jack. I am performing the duties of the police chief, but the new man's coming on Saturday, Kevin Paulson.
Kevin Paulson?
Yes, it's the guy from the...
I know who Kevin Paulson is. Now listen carefully, Martin. I'm coming back to work. I'm Freeburg's police chief, and it's going to stay that way for another 4 months. Now you get on the phone and do whatever needs to be done. You run into any problems, threaten them with the media, court, or blackmail. But I don't think they'll give you any trouble. The mayor knows it's easier to just wait until the winter than deal with a scandal. Oh, and assemble a press conference.
Listen, Jack, I know the truth is on your side, but you have to take into account...
Martin, how long since you transferred to my department?
Coming up on 5 years now.
How many times in the last 5 years have you come to my birthday party? How many times have you come to the farm when I had the boys over?
Never had the pleasure, but...
Never. Because you couldn't care less. And I don't care for you either, Stat. It wasn't me who appointed you deputy, and you wouldn't have been my first choice. But if you do ever come over to my house, you won't miss the big hole in my backyard. Garbage pit. You know, for old rubbish. A smelly hole filled with rotten furniture and other crap. So, Stat, if I even for a moment doubt your devotion, you'll go straight into that pile of trash. Maybe you'll get to catch up with some old friends. You remember Kendrick, don't you?
I'll schedule the press conference for tomorrow, all right, Jack?
The day after tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going shopping.
Damn. But do we have to do another press conference? Now you have a new car, we hope it will fulfill all your secret dreams. Oh, finally, I don't have a rust bucket anymore. Now you have new clothes, I hope they'll make you feel younger. Now you have a new hairstyle, we expect that this luxurious head of hair will easily convince anyone that you're a king among men. You now have a new attitude. From now on, you are a true warrior, one who will not suffer the idiots who stand in his way. You are independent and self-confident. One last detail is missing: fashionable sunglasses. They'll give a final touch to your new image, the image of a peerless tiger. Good morning. How can I help you? I'm guessing I'm supposed to be picking from one of the 3 sunglasses that are in front of me. And if that's the case, I know exactly what I want. I want these ones. $500, Jesus Christ. These glasses make it clear that a lot depends on the decision you make. Now you have some fashionable sunglasses, may they transform not only your appearance, but how you feel. Okay.
No, that would be too much.
Checking the purse. Buy some fucking glasses and you just throw them in the trash. Bastard. Hopefully it wasn't my money he spent anyway.
Wow, Jack, what's with the outfit? You planning on...
The pit in the backyard, Martin. Always remember about the pit in the backyard.
Don't talk to anyone before the press conference starts. I'll try to get you on stage quickly. Kevin Paulson is here. He wanted to...
Jack! I hardly recognize you. That's quite an image for a man like you. An old dog with a new trick, right? We should see each other more often. How long has it been?
Last time I saw you, I fired you, Kevin.
Ha! You mean the day I resigned in protest over the corruption and lawlessness at your police department, right?
Yeah, repeat that shit often enough, someday you might start believing it.
You know, Jack, I'm glad that everything turned out so well. Unlike you, I've made good use of the past 7 years. My new construction company keeps getting jobs from the city, and we're doing really well. I have a new house, new hobbies, even a new wife. Maybe you've met her. Shelley Rogers.
Oh, Shelley Rogers. So you really are in bed with the mayor.
It's a dream come true. All my dreams have come true. Only one thing remains. To bring order to the Freeburg Police Department.
You being serious, Kevin?
I'm serious as ever, Jack. I'm the most serious man you know.
It's not often you see the past and the future Freeburg police chiefs at the same press conference. I hope you have time to talk, Kevin. There's something we need to discuss. Jack, the reporters are waiting for you.
Fantastic, let's get the show out of the way.
My retirement plan somehow just got turned into a circus. Fortunately, I'm pretty good at swallowing swords and jumping through burning hoops. They all seem to like it.
Good morning, I don't like press conferences. Mr. Boyd, is that a new hairstyle? Yeah. I feel like a different person, so I figured I'd look like one too. Do you know who the person is who attacked you? No? Didn't recognise him. City Hall is yet to give a definitive answer as to whether you will be returning to your post. Do you believe Rogers will decide in your favour? I don't know. He probably will. I'm police chief. He knows how things stand. Do you think what happened to you somehow affected you? We'll see. Well, I guess let's wait a bit and find out. Thank you. And that wasn't a bad one. That's alright then. Jack Boyd recovers from head injury, police chief awakens from coma and Jack Boyd unable to name attackers. Yes. Because it was just a dude in a hoodie. I didn't see his face. Well then again, people in this game don't have faces. But for now I'm going to leave it here. Leave a like and enjoyed watching, don't forget to subscribe and goodbye.
You ain't scared. Yeah. Things that go bump in the night. Me. I got a zombie army and you can't harm me. Yeah, who do, bitch? Drink blood like a vampire without warning. Who do, bitch? Stand up. Hide your kids, grab your wife, better get out of sight. Who do, bitch? Let's go.